Hello and welcome to today's class. We're going to start in Pilates stance or first position with the feet. So squeeze the heels together and we're going to rise up onto the toes, still keeping the heels squeezed together. Now just put a hand here just to relax through the chest, so there's none of this going on. No pelvic thrusts just yet. And you want to imagine you're also up against a wall, so your tailbone is just tucked under nicely. You've got that lovely neutral spine position. You're feeling very tall. And we're just going to bring the arms out in front. Again, whenever we have arms out like this, it doesn't have to be very balletic or anything, but just relax through the shoulders. And we've got this sort of curve going on. Fingers are nice and relaxed too. So we are going to do a plie, a bend through the knees. So I would like you to breathe in as you go for your bend. So knees are going to go just in line with the feet. You don't need to look down, but just have a general sense of the direction that is. So squeeze the heels together, breathing in as you lower down. Imagine you're sliding down the wall, and then breathe out, squeeze the glutes, press the heels together and zip those legs back up. So breathing in to lower and breathing out. You can also put your hands on your hips if you like, or if you're having trouble with the shoulders staying down, you can have your palms facing the ceiling like this and then coming up. But let's just focus on those legs for a moment. Breathing in and breathing out. So just make sure you're not leaning forward on the angle. Everything's just nicely tucked under, just sliding down your wall and coming up. If you have a wall handy, you're more than welcome to do this against the wall. Coming down and coming up. So the squeeze of the heels is super important. That's what I really like you to focus on at the moment, because that's what's going to help get those glutes activated. And it's also going to help with the draw up here of the legs, which means the inner thighs are engaged. It doesn't have to be a big movement. Balance is also a challenge, an issue, a relevant thing right now. So coming down and coming up. Let's just go for 3 more like this. Just remember to relax your rib cage as well. Last 3. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Last 2. And then last time we're going to come down and we're just going to hold in this position. Cool, relax those shoulders. Here we go, we're going to twist. So I'm coming over to one side. As you can see, I'm leaving my hips behind me. They're still facing the front. I'm just twisting over here. There's a nice view of Paris out there. And coming back to center. And the other side. Coming over. Over this side, it's just people in an office who now and then look at me like, what is this weird girl doing? Okay, coming over and coming back to center. So we're just trying to work through our thoracic spine here, the middle part of the spine, which is responsible for your rotation. And it may be a little bit stiff in one direction in particular. How are those legs going? Are they having a good time? Just staying nice and still? Hopefully. Last time, twisting over one way, coming back to center, and to the other direction. Okay, coming back to center, let us go for little pulses just up and down. Really squeeze those heels together. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Nice, let's go for 10 and 9 and 8, 7, breathing still, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now holding here, we're going to step out directly to the side. So out to the side, coming back in, squeeze the heels. Other side, going out and coming in. Now notice my weight is staying even, so I'm not kind of shifting like this. It's even between the legs, going out and in. And I'm not coming up any higher, or if I am, it's only like a millimeter or so. Good. And really try and rejoin the heels together. Squeeze. Have that moment of engagement. Yes. Out and in and out and in. Let's go for another 4 like so. Good, good, good. 3. Nice. 2. Now we're going to stay out on the last one. So find that second position, lift those heels up, and we're going to sink low into this lovely, lovely position here. Okay. Holding here, we're just going to go for our pulses up and down for 10 and 9 and 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Holding here for me. I want you now to go for a bit of a lean forward, drawing the belly button into the spine. Whoops, so don't collapse. Nice, nice, nice. And then coming all the way back up again, nice and slow. Tucking the tailbone under. And again, coming forward, kind of feeling a little bit like a robot at the moment. Leaning down and then coming up. So it's just a hinge. And those inner thighs should be working pretty well. If you can't stay up on the toes, no problem. You can lower the heels like so, but just really push those heels down onto the floor, and that will also help you activate both the glutes and the inner thighs. Let's go for 3. Coming down, drawing the abs in, balance is on. Last 2. And then let's go last 1. Belly button to spine. Good, good, good. Coming up, holding here, coming down a little bit lower, and we're just going to hold for a final 10, 9, breathing 8, relaxing the shoulders, 7, 6, 5, lifting the heels, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Up we come. And there are those legs. They're there. Okay, shaking them out a bit. Hopefully everything's feeling just nice and activated. And we're just going to come and stand at the back of our mat. Feet are going to be hip width and parallel, ready for some roll down. So relaxing the shoulders, breathing in, and on the breath out, chin comes to chest, rolling the shoulders forward, slowly coming all the way down to the floor, 1 vertebra at a time. Really let that head just relax. The head is super heavy, so allow it to be heavy like a bowling ball here. If you can bring your hands down, you can put them on the floor, but no worries if you can't. Just try and keep this lovely length through the back of the legs. We're going to breathe in, and on the breath out, push into the feet just like you were before, and up we come. Rolling those shoulders back and down. Okay, we're going to go again. This time we're just going to come over. I've got twisted over my right leg, so I've left my hips facing front. It's just the twist through the spine, and I'm going to come down over this side. So chin to chest, rolling the shoulders forward, down we go. In doing this, I end up getting this big stretch, lengthening through my opposite side. Coming over to the other side at the bottom, breathing in, and then on the breath out, carefully coming all the way up. Rolling those shoulders back and down. Okay, we'll do it in reverse, of course, because that's what we do in Pilates. Coming over, and again down. And it may feel different, the stretch may feel different on one side than the other as you come down, especially if you've got tightness into your QL muscles. And just gently coming over, and then restacking all the way back up again, and rolling those shoulders back and down, feeling fabulous. Okay, we're going to be going all the way down, and we're going to go out into our plank. We're going to start off today actually with the forearm plank. Changed up a bit. So here we go, chin to chest, rolling the shoulders forward. Separate those shoulder blades, really create space here. You're coming up and over a barbed wire fence. Down, 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 down. A little bend through the knees as we come into the plank. So I'm just going to come directly down onto those forearms. I've got my elbows underneath my shoulders. I'm going to lower my hips. Everything's nicely engaged. Pressure through my hands as well. And I'm engaging through the backs of the arms into the triceps, which is just fantastic. Okay, we're just going to have a little bit of a hold here. Head is nice and long, belly button is drawn in. I can feel everything working. Just being aware of your body, making sure this isn't happening. Remember, you can drop the knees anytime onto the floor like so or like so, as long as your hips are forward. Okay, we're going to hold for a final 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then just dropping the knees for a moment. So we're going to go into a 4-part sequence. I'm just going to show you what it is instead of me trying to explain badly. Okay, so let's extend the legs again. So we're going to come forward and back, and then bend the knees a little bit and lengthen. We're going forward and back, bending the knees and lengthening. Forward and back, bend and lengthen. Option just to hold in the plank as well. No problem there. Bend. Good. Just being aware that the belly button is being drawn in towards the spine the whole time. And bend and lengthen. I'm going to go for another 3 sets just like so. Remembering to breathe, so just keep breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Let's go for 2. And let's go for 1 more. Forward, bending, and then bending the knees. Having a little moment there, just trying to open up a little bit more into the lower back in your child's pose. So we are going to now do another fun little 4-set combo, which is going to target the obliques and warm them up, seeing as we've got upper and lower abs mainly targeted before. Okay, so this one, we're going to go to the side, and then out and in, out and in. Side to the side, got a little bit of a bounce going on. Love a little bit of a bounce, good. Side to side, and then out and out. Trying to keep the bum as low as you can, okay? So no bums up in the air like so to do it. Option to hold any time. Sometimes the little twist can be quite aggressive to the side. Okay, let's go for 3 more sets like so. Hello obliques. Still breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth the whole time. And then we're going to go for 1 more of this whole lovely combo. Side and then out and in, and dropping the knees. And just finding your child's pose and breathing there. Okay, fantastic. So we did spend some quality time down on the forearms. Now we're going to come up onto the hands. Still working through the core as well. So I'm going to find my 4-point kneeling position, and I'm just going to work through just a few cat stretches first. Make sure the knees are under the hips. I'm going to breathe in on the breath out, rounding through the spine, letting the head drop down, opening through the shoulder blades. I'm really pushing the palms of my hands down into the floor as well. Breathing in and on the breath out the other way. Belly button to the floor, squeezing the shoulder blades together. I can feel a little bit of tightness into my lower back, so if you feel the same, don't push it too much. Just go with what feels relatively comfortable. And let's go. Coming up. Let the head hang heavy. Separating the shoulder blades, breathing in, and on the breath out, coming down. Belly button to floor. Okay, 1 more in each direction. Let's see if we can go maybe a tiny bit further in each direction, coming up and then coming down. Fantastic. And then just letting your back just lengthen out. Okay, identifying right hand and left leg. So we're going to breathe in on the breath out. Try and keep everything through the body just how it is, just how you've just set it. And we're going to extend these limbs out nice and long, and then drawing it back in. Then the other side, left hand, right leg, coming out and coming in. Coming out and coming in. Now just be aware, are you shifting a lot side to side as you do this, or are you staying relatively still and stable? That actually could be quite a hard question to answer. Maybe someone else needs to answer that question for you. But just trying to be aware of how it feels through the body, extending one side. You'll probably notice that one side, your balance is a bit better. Or maybe you feel like you've just got more range. The movement's just easier to do. Okay. Next time you've got your right hand and left leg out, which for me is now, hold it there for me. Hold these limbs nice and still. Now keep a tiny little bend in the supporting the left elbow, just so you're not locking it out and hyperextending. And from here, the limbs in the air, we're going to take them out to the side on the diagonal. So take a breath in, on the breath out on the diag, everything else stays still, and then coming back. And again, breathing out to the side, breathing in, back to center. Breathing out to the side and breathing into center. Let's go for 4 just like this. Another 3. Really draw that belly button in. Last 2, don't worry about your leg being too high in the air either. Okay, last time, holding out on the diag, and we're just going to pulse these limbs up and down. And again, not a huge movement. Make sure the head is still in line with the top of the spine. We're going to go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now from here, I want you to bring the leg back in line. The arm's going to come right out to the side, and we're going to do this cool twist thing without falling over. So I'm going to slide this hand underneath the other arm. I'm coming down, twisting, 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 and then I'm going to bring myself back up. And again, nice and slow, so you can really feel everything working to engage. I don't know if you can see, there's a bit of shaking from me going on here, especially through this arm. This arm is really being challenged as I come down, going for my twist, reaching those fingers, and coming up. I'm going to go for 3 more like this. So much stabilizing. Awesome. Last 2. Twist, twist, twist. Nice stuff. And then last time, coming down, coming all the way back out again. I want you to bring this hand to center. I'm going to do the thing where we try and lift up with the toes on the floor. I'm doing a really terrible job of this, and trying to relax the shoulder. Let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slide those limbs in. Maybe have a little bit of a shimmy shake. So should have been a lot of work going on for the supporting arm. So let's just take a little moment here. I've got my bracelet has now kind of imprinted itself into my hand. Yeah, a lot of work for the wrist, but also really good strengthening down the back of the arm, which is just fantastic. Okay, other side, and I can guarantee this probably will feel quite different, especially when we go for the twist. You may notice your balance just isn't quite as great. And you all can watch what happens when I do it. So here we go, coming out in front. We're going to breathe in on the breath out. We're going out to the diag, and then coming back to center. And again, coming out to the side and coming back in. So I'm trying to keep a little bit of a softness into my right elbow. Breathing out to the side, breathing into center. And again, breathing out to the side, breathing into center. We're going to go for another 3. Draw that belly button right in. Don't let that pelvis drop down. Last 2. Okay, last time. We're going out to the side on the diag, and we're just going to start to do our little pulses up and down, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Okay, let's go for 10 and 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding here. Okay, leg goes back to center, arm goes out to the side. Let's go for our twist. Breathing in on the breath out, twisting as we come down, reaching that hand nice and long. I'm bending through this elbow a little bit more, and I'm going to really push into this hand as I come back out to the side. And again, let's go. Coming down, drawing the belly button in, keeping the leg nice and long at the back, and then coming up. Here we go. Twisting, 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 reaching, 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 and then coming up. Triceps working nice and hard. Let's go for 3. Good, good, good. Last 2. Okay, last time. Coming down, reaching, and then we're going to come all the way up. Bringing this hand in front, and this will be interesting for me, lifting these toes up off the floor, relaxing the shoulder if you can as well, and we're holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, I'm all over the show, and last time. And bring the knees in, and let's just circle through those hands a bit and have a little bit of a stretch. So I'm just going to peel those fingers back, lengthening through the arm, and then turning and bringing the fingers underneath the other way. I really like doing this stretch, and if you do a lot of typing or a lot of like this, I really recommend you do these stretches whenever you can. Lengthening out through the nerves as well. Fantastic, and then just having a little bit of a circle through shoulders. That's what they're called. Okay, let's come down onto our bum. And from here, we are just going to lengthen the legs out. Remember, there's always the option when we're in this position to have a little bit of a bend through the knees, but for now, let's have the legs out nice and long. Arms are going to come out long as well, shoulders are set down. I'm up and tall, doesn't really make sense, does it? I'm up nice and straight and tall, up against my imaginary wall. We're going to breathe in. On the breath out, I'm going to tuck my tailbone. I'm going to separate my shoulder blades, and I'm slowly going to start to come down to the floor. But I'm going to stop just where I feel the abs really engaged. So for me, it's about here. I feel the belly button really has to draw in, and then I'm going to come all the way back up again. So warming up that spine into C curve. Here we go. Separating the shoulder blades, a little bit of a chin tuck, coming down, holding here, trying to keep those heels on the floor as well, breathing in. On the breath out, coming up. Okay, last time, coming down. I'm going to hold here in this position. From here, I'm going to breathe in. On the breath out, I'm opening my arms out to the side, presenting my abs to the gods of abs, and bringing the hands back in. And again, breathing out, coming out to the side, relaxing the shoulders, and bringing the hands in. And again, breathing out, coming out, and breathing in. If you'd like to go for a little bit more of a challenge, one leg can lift up like so. Breathing out, pointing the toe, energy shooting through the leg, and coming down. Then the other side, breathing out. Really draw that belly button right in. Here we go. Coming up, and coming down. And again, coming up, and coming down. Let's do one more on each side, just like so. Relaxing those shoulders if you can. Good, good, good. Okay, just holding here. You can come up if you need to. Otherwise, arms are just going to lift up. Hello, abs, and down. Breathing out, lifting up, and down. You can really feel everything going here. Breathing out, and breathing in. Let's go for 5. Last 4. Almost there. 3. And 2. Last time holding up and just holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then last time coming all the way up. I'm just going to open through the legs here and have a little bit of a shimmy shake through the shoulders. I really like doing this one actually. You get the shoulders to just kind of come down to the floor. Good, good, good. And just rolling back up. Okay, excellent. From here, lengthen the legs all the way out. Let's come into a full curl down exercise. So, arms out in front. So we will actually do the exercise a few times, which does not mean just descending to the floor and staying there. It means coming back up again, which is everyone's favorite part. So if you do find this challenging and you want to put something in between your feet, like a cushion or a ball or something to squeeze, that will help to activate your inner thighs, which in turn will help activate the abs a little bit better. I know some people also like to tuck their feet under something. Or have someone hold onto their feet so the feet don't lift up. I mean, that's very nice, but that's not actually quite as beneficial as having a ball between your feet and maybe still lifting your feet up a little bit, but at least kind of really being aware of what's happening with the body. So at the end of the day, you want to keep the heels down. You want to try and take the legs out of it as much as possible. It is hard. My quads are always like, we're going to do the exercise, and I have to keep reminding them, please don't. So here we go, enough of me babbling on. Breathing in, on the breath out, tucking under, slowly coming down, feeling really heavy through the legs. So the legs are going to try and just stay down. We're coming down vertebra by vertebra, all the way down, all the way down. And then I'm going to bring my hands up and over my head, breathing in. And on the breath out, chin to chest. Now here we go for the fun part. Chin to chest, coming up, drawing the belly button in, up we come. Trying to keep those feet down. Excellent. Might need to do a little bit of a shoulder roll at the top. And we're going down again. Here we go, tucking the tailbone under, slowly coming down. Keep those feet down, nice and slow and steady. Try and keep the chest relaxed as you bring the hands over the head so you're not just puffing your chest out. Breathing in, on the breath out, chin to chest. Let's come back up again. Heels pressed into the floor. Let's go. That wonderfully tricky part for me, it's about here. Shoulders want to rise up, all that kind of stuff. And this time we're going to go down and we're going to stay down, which will be nice. So down we go, tucking under, vertebra by vertebra, or maybe clumps of vertebra by clumps of vertebra, coming all the way down. And from here, just let your hands come up behind you. Still try and keep a little bit of rib to hip connection, so we're not puffing out so much here. Just relaxing there for me. Let the hands, or the whole arm, just feel nice and heavy. Heavy. Goodness, I sound Australian. What has happened? I've moved to France and become Australian. Just taking some good deep breaths. Think about pushing your back into the floor, not aggressively at all, but just thinking about creating that space there by breathing. So you're actually trying to breathe into your back and expand through that back there. Hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. And then just gently bringing the hands down by your side and just feeling nice and long. Okay, we're going to come over onto our side. We're going to go for a little bit of a glute side lying set. So I'm coming over here, and actually let's just still stay right down on the floor. How about it? So I'm going to have my heels together in line with my butt actually, and I'm going to just lift through my bottom waist. Shoulders are in line with each other, so you want to make sure you're not kind of like this. You are stacked. Imagine someone's pushing on this hip down, and that will help you create that nice little gap where a blueberry or something could fit. Something very small underneath you, so you are engaging your obliques. Hand is here just to be aware of what's going on with the hip. Breathing in on the breath out, lifting the top knee up. Hello, clamshell. And breathing into lower. So we're trying to activate this guy here. Breathing out, squeezing, squeezing, squeezing as you come up. And then coming down. And again, breathing out to lift. And breathing into lower. Breathing out to lift. And breathing into lower. Lovely. Breathing out to lift. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And lowering down. So don't worry about range here. You want to just keep those hips stacked. You could almost, well actually you could do this exercise without even lifting your leg and still feel your glute. So if I was to imagine I was lifting and I was going to squeeze my glute the same way, maybe lift like 1 millimeter and release, I should still feel that glute activating. So the movement doesn't have to be big, it just has to be of quality. Let's go for 2. Okay, last time I'm going to hold up. I'm going to go for the tiniest little pulses just up and down here. Breathing in and breathing out for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Holding here. I'm going to extend this leg out nice and long on the diagonal. I'm going to turn the toes down, leg comes down. I'm going to turn the toes up, leg comes up. Toes down, leg down, toes up, leg up. Coming down and up. Coming down and up. And anyone who's done this exercise before will know that it doesn't take long for the glute to really start to kick in during this whole turning the leg in and out sort of jazz. And I can feel this movement coming from my hip, but my hips are staying still. It's just that leg that's going in and out. And my other foot, the other toes, you want to keep them super relaxed on the floor. So no sort of claw position with the other toes. Relax it, relax it. Let's go for 3. Last 2. Okay, last time, bringing the leg up like so, holding here. From here, I'm going to do a bend in towards my chest, and I'm going to breathe out, and I'm going to push away, imagining I'm pushing a box or something away with the flexed foot. Breathing into bend on the angle, breathing out to push. So don't let that knee fall down. We're having it up here. Breathing in and breathing out. Ooh, it feels like something's happening. Breathing in and breathing out, pushing, pushing. Let's go for 3. Really good movement for the hip as well. Last 2. Perfect. And then last time, holding all the way out here. lengthening that leg. I've still got that flexed foot. And I'm just going to start to pulse the leg up and down. The 45 degrees kind of up off the floor and forward is a prime position for those glutes. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then bending that leg all the way in. Let's have a little bit of a stretch here. Crossing this foot over and pulling the legs in towards you. So I've had a few questions about people being worried that they feel they're doing more and more of this sort of exercise like Pilates or bar or whatever, but it hurts more and more. And this is really related to glute exercises. And the reason for that is because you're getting better and the glutes are activating earlier. And that means you just feel it for longer. So it's just one of these great things where you get better at it and it feels better too. You want your glutes to be able to activate fast. And in Pilates, just cross your legs together like this and pull the legs in. We're doing these targeted exercises so that when you're walking around your normal life or going upstairs or whatever, your glutes activate. So obviously you don't go around your normal life doing glute targeted exercises as such, but we're training them for real life. So you want the glutes to be really going for it when we're doing these targeted ones, so that they remember, how to work when you're doing your normal life activities. So the good news is, the better you get at it, the more painful it is. Yeah, so good, so good. Okay, I'm just turning over so I can do the other side. I'm just going to move this around so we don't squash the microphone. Okay. Just setting yourself up nice and comfortable on the floor. Again, same thing, that little bit of a lift through here. Hips are stacked, heels are squeezed together. And we're going to breathe in to prepare on the breath out, squeezing the heels and lifting up and coming down. You may notice your range of motion is different on this side to the other side. And that is very normal. Breathing out, coming up. Breathing in to come in. So do engage through the abs as well. Make sure you're relaxed through the chest. So you're not puffing the chest out. The spine is not an extension at all. You should just be in your nice neutral spine position. Again, you could do this up against a wall. Good, good, good. Opening and closing. Now the thing is your bottom leg will be very activated. So we want to just try and keep it as relaxed as possible while it's on the floor there. Breathing out to come up and breathing into lower. Good. Breathing out to come up and breathing into lower. Excellent stuff. Let's go for 4. Keep squeezing those heels. Last 3. Last 2. And last one, my stomach just made a really big noise. I wonder if the microphone picked that up. Okay, little pulses up and down. Let's go for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right, keeping the knee up, you're going to extend the leg on the angle. My toes are starting up. You're going to just turn the toes, taking the leg down, turn the toes up, bring the leg up. And again, going down and coming up. Going down and coming up. Good, good, good. So really use the glute, especially now it's going against gravity to lift, but everything here is staying nice and still and stable. And lifting. Coming down and lifting. Good, good, good. Nice. Breathing into lower and breathing out to lift. Okay, let's go for 5 and 4. Drawing the belly button to the spine. Last 2. Okay, last one, holding it with that nice turned out position. I'm going to breathe and bend the knee into the chest, draw the belly button into the spine to keep the upper body stable. Breathe out, push away, pushing your box away. So imagining there's that resistance working against you. Breathing in to bend and breathing out to push. Breathing in to bend and breathing out to push. Good, good, good. Breathing in to bend. Breathing out to push out. Good, good, good. Feel it all the way down here. Nice. Let's go for 3. And press. Good, good, good. Last 2. Excellent. Relax those bottom toes. Last time, holding all the way out, keeping the lovely flexed foot, kind of 45-ish. And we're just going to go for our little pulses up and down. Really tiny pulses, feeling it all coming from here. And we're going for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And bending it in. Oh my goodness. And let's roll onto the back and stretch it out again. Ooh. Bring those legs in just like so. You don't have to lift the legs up, by the way. You can keep them here. I also like to press out on this knee, get more into the hip as well, which always feels quite good. And then you're going to cross the legs over like so and just pull the legs in towards the chest. Oof. Glutes are activated. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, excellent stuff. Let's just ease out of that. While we're lying here, we may as well just make use of this position. So just relax your arms down by your side. My legs are just in parallel, neutral spine. So just a small pocket of air underneath the small of your back. We are going to lift the legs up into tabletop though, and you may find you need to just make a little bit of an adjustment with the pelvis, a little bit of a tilt where you just slightly push your lower back down, imprint it a little bit more, just so you feel these guys stay on and nothing goes on into the back. Okay, we're going to do the first position that we had at the very beginning of the session again, and I want you just to bring your arms up towards the ceiling. This is just going to keep the upper abs a little bit more active. We're going to just push the legs out on a 45-degree angle. So squeeze the heels, engage those inner thighs, and then breathe in as you bring the legs back in. And again, breathing out, pushing away, lengthening, squeezing, and coming back in. Nice. Pressing away on the diagonal, relaxing the shoulders, opening through the chest. Keep these guys super relaxed. Pressing away. Now, it's easier to do it up towards the ceiling. So if you need to, you can unfold the legs this way and then bend. If you want to make it harder for yourself, you can come down low. Just make sure the pelvis hasn't had to adjust too much. If that is a little bit too much as well, there's another option of just staying here and squeezing the heels and releasing. If you want to put a ball or something again between the feet, you can do that as well. You can just squeeze and release. That's no problem at all. You will still get the activation, hopefully going through the inner thighs, which in turn you should also get into your abs. Hopefully we're still going with this lovely extension, squeezing and coming in. Let's go for 4. And coming back in. Last 3. Pushing away, belly button to spine. Last 2. Okay, no matter which kind of angle you are, or even if you're just here, you're going to hold there, and we're going to do these little squeezes together with the heels like so. You can go lower if you want to, totally up to you, but just look after your back. You can go higher if you want as well. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, engaging here, 2, 1, and bringing the knees in, and just going for a bit of a circle through the legs. And then the other way. Nice. Okay, and while we're on the theme of kind of lower ab activation, we're also going to go for a double leg stretch. So a few options for the double leg stretch. I'm just going to start in tabletop with my legs and, my knees and my feet together. I'm going to just lift my head up. The whole time, if you need it, you can just have your hands here and go for the leg extension out and bring it in. Or you can add the arms. So the arms are going to be here, legs are going to go out, and arms are going to go out as well. Reaching, and then coming round. And again, coming back and coming round. And again, reaching. And if you would like to lower your head, you can also do that. So you can come down and then come up, and again, come down and then come up, or you can do it the other way, reaching out sorry, reaching out and then coming down. Reaching out, goodness, I really need to use my brain for that one just then. Reaching out and coming in. And we're just gonna go for 4 more of whichever one you've decided to go for. Coming out and coming in. Last 3. Just technical problems. Last 2. Last time. And then lowering all the way back down. And again, just circle through the legs one way and then the other way. And then we're just going for a little bit of a happy baby while we're here. So hands on the bottom of the feet. I want you just to press your lower back into the floor, trying to open up there. And relaxing as much as you can. You can go for a little bit of a rock side to side as well if you so wish. Opening up through the inner thighs. Very carefully bring the legs down. I'm just going to turn over, so I'm just use a little bit of momentum to come up. And then I'm just going to find my, my child's pose, and I'm just going to open up through the knees here, get a bit of a stretch into the inner thighs, send the hands nice and long. What do you think about pushing your bum down towards your heels if you can? Imagine if you've got someone, then this is even better, you know, than when they push on your lower back and it feels divine. So you're just going to push this way down, trying to keep length and opening through there. Just breathing. And then just very carefully bringing your arms back up and just rolling through the shoulders there. Good, good, good. Okay, we're just going to finish with a little bit of a stretch twist thing. Technical as always, my terminology. So I've got my right foot forward, and from here I'm just going to bring my left hand down, and I'm just going to press my right elbow into my right knee, and I'm at the same time going to push my hip forward to get length through the hip flexor, as well as get more kind of stretch into the inside of this leg, which is cool. So cool. So cool, they say. Good. You can go for a little bit of a kind of, I don't know, a little bit of a jiggle around, a little bit of a dance down here, creating space. And then I'm also just going to reach this arm up to the ceiling, get that nice opening through the chest, trying to relax the shoulders, looking at my fingers. And then coming down, a little bit of a hamstring stretch, transferring my weight backwards, just sending this foot in front. And this does not have to be a huge big stretch. You're welcome, if you're flexy and you want to, you know, go for the splits or whatever, go for it, but we're not necessarily all aiming for that. So you can go for a little bit of a stretch here using the hand, or you can just hold. Try and squeeze the shoulder blades together to give you that better stretch so the back isn't too curved. So I'm just kind of hinging forward, and that gives me a really good stretch just in there. I can feel it on my opposite hip. My left hip is very tight, and so all of these sort of leg stretches, they all feel really great, but they all kind of, for me, they help me to loosen up through that hip, because as we know, everything's very connected. Okay, so coming down, getting to inner thigh, and of course the hip, and also pushing forward a little bit here as well, trying to create that length. Yeah, it's definitely a little bit tighter here, and you can go for your little kind of little jig around. Goodness, this is what I think is a jig is. You can see me on the dance floor. Woo. Okay, let's open up through the chest, reaching towards the ceiling. Breathing, of course. And then coming down and just lengthening through that front leg. Hands are down, squeezing my shoulder blades together. Head is long. Good, good, good. You can go for that extra stretch with the hand if you wish as well. And then very carefully just bringing it back in. And I'm just going to find straight away my downward dog position, letting my head drop down to the floor, really relax, lengthening through the legs, through the arms. And then I'm going to walk my hands back towards my feet, pushing my feet into the floor, engaging there. And let's come up nice and slow, trying to keep that tailbone a little bit tucked under. Up, 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 up. And then just rolling those shoulders back and down, feeling nice and open. And there we have it, another session all done. Thank you so much for joining me.